Hi and welcome again to Tech It Out. Today we're doing a little unboxing, installation and a short review of this, the Elgato HD60 Pro. It's a PCIe game capture card. It's a 4x slotted card, so it'll fit into any of your PCIe slots that have 4x capability. And it utilizes the HDMI out from your PC, Xbox, PS3, 2, whatever. Anything that has a HDMI out, actually, even a video camera. So you can plug it in and it'll capture it and it'll output it to your screen. Now when you're using it in game mode to record games, it is lossless, so there is very little lag between what it receives and what comes out, which is important of course for gaming. So we're just going to get out of the box. First of all, we've got this is a half height bracket in case you've got a half height enclosure. And then you've got the main full height bracket on the card itself ready fitted. We'll have a look at that at the moment. Let's see what else is in here. You have this, which seems to have fallen out. It's a badge with the Elgato name on it. Elgato Gaming, so you can put that on your PC and make it look even more pro gamer. And then underneath we have a HDMI lead. You've got a patch lead there supplied as well, which is nice. Quite a good looking quality lead as well. And then just the usual little bits of paper that you get with these things. Warranty information and so forth. After the draw of obscurity with that one, nothing else in the box. So we'll put that to the side and we'll have a look at the main card itself. It's all very well packaged, very nicely presented. The card itself looks very good quality. This nice outer cover on the front, all in a nice matte black. The in and out for the HDMI there. And that is all it is really. It's very simple, very straightforward. So all we have to do now is fit it into the PC and just plug the patch lead into the output from the graphics card and the output from the video monitor into the Elgato. In my case it's very simple. I've already switched the computer off, so I'll just unplug it as well. One of the wonderful things about this Fantex case is the amount of space you've got to work in and how easy it all disassembles. So as you can see, I've got my graphics card in my plus 16 slot at the top, and then my second plus 16 is used up as well. And that is my Samsung 950 SSD. It's a PCIe SSD, 500GB or thereabouts. You can see the +1 slot there, and then we've got a +4 slot at the bottom. Now this is controlled in BIOS. It can either be +2 or +4 or automatic. So I've just left it on automatic. So it should sense that the Elgato requires a +4 and switch to +4. So we just take out the bracket. I have plenty of room to work here of course, but you may need to lay your PC down so that you can get at this easier. So quite simply then just plug the PCIe in. Make sure it's firmly in. Replace the screw. and then replace the side panel. Two screws back in to secure it, and it's all done, it's installed. The only thing left to do now is to put the patch cable on. The output from the video card goes from there into the Elgato, and then from the Elgato your monitor of choice. I've got a spare HDMI cable here, which isn't quite so bulky. Try using this one first and see what it's like. Now if you're using this with Xbox or PlayStation, of course, you'd be plugging this HDMI straight into your PlayStation and then through the card to your monitor, and simply using the PC to do the recording. And the software that comes with it actually allows you to record with overlays, so you can have your webcam looking at you or looking at something else, so that you can have multi-screens on your production, which is nice. It has several templates ready built in, which you can choose from. And this card, of course, does record at 1080p in 60 frames per second. So have a look at the back now, so you can see where the leads are plugged in. So here it is doing the job it's intended to do, that is game capture. This is a game called Ingloria Victis. It's one of my earlier videos. You can look back at this and have a good look at it to see how the game capture card actually works. I haven't got any of the overlays on this. I don't really think you'd want to see my ugly mug, so I've not used that piece of the software. But you can put overlays. Actually, I think you can put multiple overlays on if you've got multiple sources. And as you can see, it is working perfectly. But this is only with one monitor connected. What I actually wanted to do is to run my gaming monitor, my main monitor, through the Elgato, and then run my 4K monitor as my editing monitor. So I'd have two monitors connected, one via the HDMI, which would be the game monitor, and one via the display port, which would be my 4K monitor, the Hisense that I reviewed earlier. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out quite the way I would have liked. It works perfectly if I've got one or other monitor plugged in, but it doesn't work if I plug both in at the same time. For some reason, when I plug the HDMI in, when I've got the 4K monitor plugged in, the screen goes blank, and vice versa, and I can't get it back. If it's the 4K monitor plugged in first of all, then I can get the 4K monitor back by unplugging the HDMI, but I can't do it the other way about. It doesn't seem to work for some reason with both the 4K monitor plugged in and a monitor plugged in, the game monitor, via the HDMI, a normal 1080p monitor. I have spoken to Elgato regarding this, and they have tried to help from their support, but they haven't found a solution to it, and I can't really figure out what it is. I don't know whether it's something to do with my setup or something to do with the way the card works, but it doesn't work for me. If it works for you, then fine, let me know in the comments. It'd be wonderful to know that you can use it with two monitor setups, and then perhaps I can do a bit more bug tracing and find out what is wrong. But at the moment, as far as I know, I cannot use this with a display port and a HDMI monitor at the same time. So that's unfortunate really, because I want to do all my editing on my new sparkly 4K monitor and play my games on my 1080p monitor. But it doesn't seem to be able to work that way. Otherwise, it works perfectly, and I'm very pleased with it. I can use it for screen capture. I can use it for capturing my desktop. And that's mainly what I bought it for. It wasn't so much the gaming, as I've got Raptor, and I can use Raptor for that, but it was the desktop capture that I wanted really, for my how-tos and my guides. And I can still use it for that, but I have to basically unplug the HDMI and unplug the display port, then I'll plug back in the HDMI and reboot the computer, and then it'll work on the HDMI 1080p monitor. There seems a lot of work, I know, just to get a bit of capture going, but unfortunately that's the way it is until I find a solution to the problem. Now, it's excellent, as I said, that there's no problem with it otherwise. The capture is fantastic, 1080p, 60 frames per second. You can stream live to Twitch and to YouTube, and there was another as well, I can't remember what it was. So there's at least 3, and the software's been updated all the time. The software is really easy to use. There's loads of settings you can adjust. If you've got a slower internet connection, you can reduce the speed. Everything that you need to do. I can't fault it apart from the fact that I can't use my 2 monitors at the same time. So hopefully somebody out there might have a solution to it, or maybe Elgato themselves will come back with a solution. There we go, the Elgato HD60 Pro Game Capture PCIe card. Again, thank you for watching.